Anybody who knows me will tell you that I'm a fan of ethanol in adult beverages, not so much in pump gas. But unfortunately, that's the reality here in the United States. Now, it's there for a reason. It's a renewable resource and it helps reduce exhaust emissions. But it's also hygroscopic, which means it pulls moisture directly from the air, and it can attack seals and cause corrosion inside carburetors, turning this into this. So what do you do about it? If you go to your local auto parts store, you're going to see a shelf that's got literally dozens of different products on it, all designed to deal with ethanol to a greater or lesser extent. But for the most part, they're intended for fuel-injected vehicles. If you drive a classic muscle car, you deserve better. Driven Racing Oil's Carb Defender. It's got a package of additives that does a lot of important things. It fights the corrosive effects of ethanol, it conditions seals, and it helps restore lost power. When you use it once every tankful, it'll treat up to 25 gallons at a shot, and it'll prevent this kind of expensive damage that can ruin a carburetor. What kind of corrosion damage can you see? Things like hard starts, poor fuel economy, reduced performance, and even fuel leaks. What makes Carb Defender different is it's designed for carburetors, not fuel injection. That means that it's going to protect all the seals, all the internal components, and all the other expensive and hard to replace parts on a classic muscle car's carburetor. Now, Carb Defender is specially formulated so that it's not going to be harmful to any emissions parts or sensors as well. Whether your car is a weekend warrior or a daily driver, this is a good product to add with every tank of gas. There's two reasons for that. Number one, it's going to actively protect your car while it's running. Number two, it's also going to stabilize your fuel for long-term storage. Here's a pro tip. When you're storing your car for the long term, you're going to want to do one of two things. Either store it with an empty tank so there's not a lot of fuel to get contaminated, or store it with a full tank that's been treated with Carb Defender. That way, not only do you have the protective effects of Carb Defender against the harmful effects of alcohol, but you're also going to have very little air in there for moisture to be drawn from. Now, the good thing about using this with every fill-up is that even the fuel that's left in your float bowls when you store it is going to be protected.